Yeah, just a little knock. I'll be good for the game though.
Yeah.
Just feeling it a little bit.
Was it related to what kept you out a
Uh,
few weeks ago?
no. It's something
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
Okay, good. How do you feel where you are in terms of your fitness and your effort, performance after being off for a little bit and then getting back into the swing of things?
I feel good. Honestly, I feel like this is the most I've ever run in my life, and I don't know what it is or what's different, but I just feel like I can run forever, and that my fitness is at probably its all-time best.
And with Troy's system, you're going to do a lot of running.
Yeah, it's perfect for that.
Yeah, how would you describe what he demands out of you and the others?
Just to be on the front foot, and to play the game on our terms, and just really have fun with it. At the end of the day, all that matters is that we get 3 points, and that's what he's always telling us.
Yeah, just big win against Montreal last week. This week you guys take on the reigning champs in Columbus, up there in Columbus. Just what has preparation been like as you guys prepare for another tough opponent?
I would say they play pretty similarly. They want the ball, they want to build out, and that plays into our style and us wanting to press. And obviously, it's a difficult place to play, and they have great fans and a great stadium. So we let that help us rise to the occasion instead of being scared of that. So.
Former teammate, or your teammate now, Pedro Santos, played for the Crew and they won a title in 2020. Has there been talks with him this week about going back to where he played or where he started and getting a win, or has he been pretty silent about it?
I've been pretty silent. Maybe he's talking to other people about it, but I mean, obviously, when you go to your old team's place, you wanna beat them, and you have that extra, want to go and get that win, especially since he's coming off a goal last week.
It's still early on in this season, but where do you guys feel like you guys are early on in this same era?
I really love it. This is probably the best team that I've been a part of. The camaraderie and everything, and all the guys would die for Troy at the end of the day. And I think that says a lot about his character and the staff and everybody he's brought in. That in such a little amount of time with a new regime and a lot of new players, it really says a lot about this group and that we're doing a great job.
We'll go back to Stephen Gall.
What about Troy's musical selection up there?
Honestly, it's been pretty great. I like it. I didn't get to hear too much about it today, but when we were in Saudi, he had a good playlist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too much of a generational gap, right?
No. I'm a little bit of an old soul myself, so yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Tom.
Now we'll take some questions from Zoom, Matt.
Thanks, Brian. We'll open it up to Dave Johnson first.
Yeah, but Ted, how old? I mean, I heard Elvis Presley was played today. Would you appreciate Elvis Presley?
Yeah, of course. I mean, all the classics and everything like that. I mean, he might teach me a thing or two. You never know.
Well, you mentioned everybody wants to die for Troy, or just the commitment. What is it about the way he coaches, the way he approaches, or his personality that makes you feel that way?
I would just say he shows that he cares so much, and he takes it to a personal level. Sometimes with the head coach, you feel that you almost can't talk to them, or it's more difficult to talk to them, and he takes that out of the equation, and he makes himself, he shows that he's a human too, and that you can come and talk to him, and that certain things are bigger than football, and I think he does a really good job with that.
And going on the road now, it doesn't seem like your approach changes whether it's road or home. Is that also part of what's going on this season?
Yeah, I mean, that's what he always talks about, and it doesn't matter who we play. It's just that we want to play our game no matter what, and as long as we do our best and stick to our game plan, and whatever the result may be, however it falls, we know we did the right things.
Up next, we'll go to Bruce Murray.
Hey, Ted, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
How frustrating is it when you're in full flight, running away from Waterman the other night, and you get clipped? Got to be frustrating because you had a lot of options.
Yeah, honestly, you're talking about the options, like the people running with me?
Oh, yeah, you had people running with you. You could have gone yourself, and, it just looked like you got sniped, and it was a professional foul, and they took it back and so forth. But I mean, just just the fact that you made these runs and you made them last year again, it's got to be a little bit frustrating, right? Those kind of situations.
Yeah, it's obviously frustrating, especially with the overturn of the call, and I just don't want me or any other players being put in danger, especially when they're not trying to go for the ball. And honestly, I didn't see anybody else. My head was down, and I was not going to pass that ball. When I took it from our own half, I was not going to pass it. I was going to try to go for glory. I know it's not the best thing, but I probably should have passed it. Christian, he even told me after the game that I should have, and I agree.
Great, thank you, Ted.
See, Bruce is talking like a former forward. In the whole broadcast booth, he was making the run with you. He was scratching my arm. He was going to go for goal. He wouldn't have passed it either.
Thank you.
No doubt about it. No doubt. Great stuff, Teddy.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Ryan Keeper.
Hey Ted, from your perspective with working from coaches, what does Troy do differently than say what, or what does he do differently for you than say what maybe Hernan did or what Ryan did back in the academy and lounge days?
I mean, there's all similar things that are overlapping. I just think he does a really good job to handpick the players that he wants within the team. He looks at the personalities, not just the player. And obviously the locker room is a very big thing within the team, and that's why we're all so close. And I think that's really the main thing that I've seen from him, not that any of my previous coaches haven't done certain things like that. It's just that I think he does a really good job of tying it all together.
We'll go to Tony Lamarzi for the last question.
Hi, good afternoon. I wanted to know about the schedule coming up in April. It's very systematic. A lot of Saturdays in the regular league. You see some opponents that are dealing with midweek games. You talked about how things with the way that you could run forever. Does the standardized schedule without those midweek games, is that something that helps you stay fit and stay motivated?
I mean, even if we have 3 days, 1 day in between games, we know people can step up and take whatever spot they need to. We have a very good depth within the squad. It's a small squad, but I know guys can step up, whether they're young or coming from outside the league. I know that they can step up and do it. It's just a little bit more difficult when it is away, and guys are still getting used to the long travel if they're new to the league. And honestly, it almost never goes away when you have to do long travels like that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all, Ted. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks.